I made it! Hey, welcome. Welcome to
Koufonisia.
Koufonisia.
Yeah, good accent.
Look at the little beach. Yeah, I just copied you. Koufonisia. Yeah, I think I'll move in. Look at it.
So when I first got in, I just decided to take it easy, find my bearings, go for a little bit of a walk around the villa and the Sjana and just suss it all out. I got upside down a little bit and found my groove on my hands, which is always a really good way to ground myself, I find, by getting upside down. It's a really nice self-meditation, and I use it as a time of deep reflection and introspection. And then journaling as well.
Good morning. While everyone else is asleep, we go for a little stroll and watch the sunrise.
And then each and every morning, the sunrise was phenomenal in Greece. So I don't think many people slept in each day. I think most people got up and watched the sunrise. It was just like this big ball of fire that just kind of rose into the air every morning, surrounded by colour and pastel purples and pinks, and the sea was right there. It just kind of calls you. So it was a really beautiful morning every single day. And so I think a lot of people just woke up and enjoyed that, meditated for a while, went down towards the sea, got a little bit salty perhaps, or went for a run around the island, which is also really nice. And then every morning or every day was very similar. So we'd start the day with a yoga practice. We'd connect to the breath. We'd connect to our bodies. We have a little bit of fun with it too. Yeah, I don't think yoga should be so serious. And so we allow ourselves room for playfulness and joy. And then finding a healing and restful end of practice and shavasana, taking it slow. Breakfast was right after practice every single morning, and it was so good. We had everything from homemade nut milks to fruit salads and avocado and bliss balls and like fritters and corn patties and quinoa things and like tofu scrambles and everything that you could possibly think of. Some days there was leftovers from the night before as well, which was really nice. Some of the fresher salads, like beetroot salads. There was nut butters and gluten-free options for whoever was celiac or had intolerances. As you can see, the food was absolutely phenomenal. The chefs cater very, very, very well and actually specialize in plant-based food. So that was really good to be surrounded and constantly fueled by such magnificent foods. And then we would take for lunch leftovers in Tupperware containers out and about with us, either down towards the sea as we would have lunch out and about, or we'd go out on adventures, out on the boat sometimes, or out to different islands. And everywhere that we went, there were other options as well. So there was cafes and restaurants that we could go to if we liked, or we could have the option of just taking leftovers from breakfast as our lunches. Around the island as well, there was some beautiful spots like you're seeing here, and it was just amazing to have that available right at our doorstep. Like the water was insane, and jumping in was one of my favorite parts, I think. And then we'd come back home, and in the evening, this is already like 5 o'clock-ish, the days kind of flew by. We'd have an evening practice, which most times I asked the participants to bring their journals, and we did a little bit of self-reflection and introspection in that way as well, and then got into our practice. And this would again be another vinyasa-inspired flow. We did a couple of classes that were longer than anticipated, but they were very fun as well. So we brought in some inversion practice and meditation, prana, breath work. And then again, finishing the classes on a gentler note, so that anyone who was there for healing purposes and rejuvenation could feel a sense of replenishment and fulfillment and passion and purpose as well. So that was really nice.
Namaste. Other way. Namaste. Namaste. Namaste.
Dinners. Oh my goodness, dinners again was so good. There was this one that I think was my absolute favorite, and it was a truffle mushroom risotto. It was so good. I actually got the recipe off the chefs as well, but every single meal was phenomenal. Everything from like pastas and just, I can't even remember everything that we had, because every single meal was just better than the last one. And it was so yummy. I would definitely time travel back to be able to get it. And then after dinner, there was a couple of cats outside, some little kittens, and they were really curious little buggers. So kind of hung out with them a little bit, made friends with them. And after dinner, we'd normally just hang out for a while all together. Or have an early night. You were free to do whatever you wanted. On the last night, we headed out into the town and we all got gelato. And there were vegan options, of course. And then the very last day, the closing ceremony, the theme was all about blooming through our growth and gratitude. And then it was all time to say farewell.
Yay! It's not the end, it's just bye for now, guys. Best week ever.
And that was kind of it. By the end of the week, it just kind of flew by. And before we knew it, it was time to say goodbye to our new Ahana, our new family.